Breaking news: Westminster is burning. Parliament Square is a war zone. And Keir Starmer is locked in Downing Street with the lights blazing at 3 a.m. And the official reason Britain is suddenly on the edge of collapse is a 217-page dossier stamped top secret / UK eyes only that landed on the Prime Minister's desk 48 hours ago and somehow vanished into a shredders before anyone outside the inner circle could read a single line. They called it Operation Aurora. £2.4 billion in Ministry of Defence contracts, your money, my money, quietly funneled through 3 shell companies in the British Virgin Islands to a private militia that even the CIA won't put on paper. The orders were signed by a man you've never heard of, Permanent Secretary Sir Giles Harrowby, knighted in the last honours list for services to national security. Services, it turns out, that included paying former British paratroopers £3,000 a day to train rebel units inside a country we're not technically at war with. 11,000 WhatsApp messages, 400 hours of drone footage, bank transfers timed to the minute. Everything was in that dossier. And then, poof. Gone. This morning, at 5:17, the National Crime Agency received an anonymous 4-terabyte torrent titled Aurora_full_leak. By 5:43, the servers at Northwood headquarters went offline for urgent maintenance. By 6:12, every journalist in London woke up to the same encrypted signal message. If the government lies about this, people die. Share everything. And share they did. By 9 a.m. Parliament Square looked like the end of the world in 4K. Veterans in wheelchairs at the front, medals pinned to blankets, holding signs that just said, "Not in my name." Pensioners who fought at Goose Green linking arms with Gen Z kids in balaclavas. Red smoke flares popping over the cenotaph. Crowd chanting, "Shame on you! Shame on you!" Police horses slipping on burning pallets. A lone piper on Westminster Bridge playing Flower of Scotland, while tear gas clouds rolled across the Thames like dry ice in a nightclub nobody wanted to be in. Inside the Commons it was worse. The Speaker suspended the sitting 3 times in 20 minutes. Tory backbencher Colonel, Reddit, Marcus Bradbury MP stood on the green benches waving a memory stick the size of a coffin nail and screamed, "Mr. Speaker, I have here proof that British soldiers, were ordered to fire on civilians while wearing foreign uniforms." Will the Prime Minister deny it, or will he hide behind the same official secrets act he weaponizes against whistleblowers? Silence, dead silence. You could hear Big Ben's mechanism clunk over the chaos. Then the gallery erupted. A 73-year-old former Royal Marine called Tommy Doherty, both legs lost to an IED, and Hellman stood up on his prostheses, threw his beret onto the floor of the chamber and roared, "I gave my legs for Queen and country. Not so some Eton boy in a suit could sell my mates for offshore gold. Resign. All of you resign." Applause thunders, security dragging him out while MPs from every party stand and clap until the Speaker threatens to clear the public gallery with armed police. By tea time the cover-up went into cartoon villain mode. The Cabinet Office claimed the entire leak was Russian compromat generated by AI. The Metropolitan Police issued a D-notice, so broad it accidentally banned reporting the weather. GCHQ quietly asked Twitter to throttle the hashtag #AuroraFiles and got ratioed into next week. Someone, nobody knows who, flew a drone over Downing Street projecting the words 217 pages in red laser light across the famous Black Door. The footage has 42 million views and counting. At 1900 hours the whistleblower went live. Not some shadowy hacker in a hoodie. Sergeant Rachel Kaur, 34 years old, mother of 2, decorated for gallantry in Afghanistan, currently sleeping in her Vauxhall Corsa outside Aldershot Barracks because the mod lost her medical discharge paperwork. She held up the original signed contract, Harrowby's looping signature clear as day, and said the sentence, now carved into Britain's psyche. "They told us we were saving democracy. Turns out we were just the cheaper option." Cue national meltdown. Birmingham shut the A38. Edinburgh closed Princes Street. Cardiff Castle flew the dragon flag at half-mast. In Manchester, someone parked a burned-out Challenger 2 turret outside the BBC and spray-painted, "This is what £2.4 billion buys," across the plinth. Even the pigeons looked embarrassed. Then came the resignations. Junior Defense Minister quits on the steps of the cenotaph, crying. Chief of the Defense Staff steps back for personal reasons at 22:14. Permanent Secretary Sir Giles Harrowby is reportedly assisting police with their inquiries from a secure location, which definitely isn't his villa in Tuscany, apparently, and Keir? Keir finally appeared at 23:47, pale as paper, flanked by the Union Jack and the NATO flag like a man choosing his own coffin lining. 47 seconds of pure word salad about complex geopolitical realities and evolving threats before he was drowned out by the entire press corps shouting the same question in perfect, furious unison. Did you know, Prime Minister? Did you? No. He didn't answer. He just turned around and walked back into number 10 while the lights stayed on all night and the shredders, according to overnight security guards, sounded like a chainsaw massacre. But here's the moment Britain remembered who the hell we are. At 2:11 this morning, 10,000 people on Westminster Bridge. Veterans, nurses, teachers, taxi drivers, kids who weren't even born when the Iraq dossiers lied to us, locked arms and started singing Jerusalem. Not the polite rugby version. The raw, angry, bring me my bow of burning gold version that shakes the stones. No violence. No looting. Just voices rising over the sirens and the helicopters, loud enough to rattle the windows of Parliament itself, and in the gallery, in the streets, in the comments, in the group chats at 3 a.m., the message is the same. We paid for those bullets. We paid for those lies. We will not pay for your silence. The dossier is already mirrored on 1,000 servers. The contracts are printed on leaflets fluttering down the mall like confetti at a funeral. The truth is out, and it is furious, and it is ours. This is no longer about one government, one party, one man. This is the country looking its leaders in the eye and saying, with one voice, never again. If you believe truth still matters, if you believe Britain is bigger than the cowards currently hiding behind its flag, then subscribe to UK Pancakes right now and never, ever look away. Thank you for watching.